That was refreshing. I'm refreshed. I'm refreshing.
All right, sit down, right? Take a seat. Let me explain to you why this movie, The Weatherman, is fucking phenomenal. But first, let me explain the opening. So, after the credit sequence, the movie cuts to Dave Spritz, who is our main character. I know that name is stupid, but I'll explain his name later. It shows his morning routine, which consists of him pointing, as you can see right now, him pointing and speaking to himself, practicing for his job, because he points to a green screen and he has to practice where each individual thing that he's pointing to will be on the green screen because he can't see it. So the morning routine shows him doing that, him practicing it, him pointing, him speaking, while just drinking his coffee and just staring at the entirety of Chicago. That's pretty much it. The tone of this movie is extremely unique. So unique, in fact, to the point where I have seen it literally nowhere else. As far as I'm concerned, I have seen this tone, this visual, comedic, and even the dialogue has a certain tone to it that I have not found anywhere else in my entire existence. Now granted, I haven't seen every movie ever created, but everything I have seen so far, which is a lot, I have never seen something like this before. It's like super blue, the visual tone, it's like there's a lot of blues and a lot of grays, but it's not really noticeable. It's not like noticeably blue, like Blue Beetle recently that just came out. That's definitely noticeably blue, or Godzilla King of the Monsters, which is like, it's obviously they clearly made the movie bluer, but here it's not obvious. It's not immediately obvious that they made it like kind of grayish, kind of blue, kind of, I don't know, just you can see from the footage it just has a certain tone to it that I really, really enjoy, and it just looks great, and I have found it nowhere else. The only place where I have seen a tone similar to this one is in The Dark Knight Rises, where near the end, where like Gotham is taken over by all of the criminals and everything is kind of frozen over, it has this kind of look to it as well. If you've seen the movie and you see this footage, you know what I'm talking about. It kind of has a similar look to it. That is literally the only place I have ever seen this kind of tone before. Quite frankly, the comedic tone is so original and unique, it's actually crazy. The only similar tone might be Dead to Me, which is a fantastic Netflix original show with a similar dark tone. The way they both manage to be serious but hilarious at the same time, balancing it out perfectly. When it needed to be serious, this movie, when it needed to be serious, it gets serious. When it needed to be funny, it gets funny, baby. There is a scene where Dave actively smacks a grown man with a glove that he was taking off, like some sort of, I don't know, 1800s nobleman. He acknowledges it as being a goofy move, but it's still funny as hell to me. I don't know why. And throughout the film, there's this running gag where people throw random shit at Dave from cars. Like, so a car will be just like driving and he'll just be walking and somebody will literally just like throw something at him, almost entirely, if not entirely, food all the time. Because some people just don't like his face. Some people just don't like him seeing him on TV. Sometimes he gets the news wrong, or the weather wrong, not the news, the weather. Sometimes he'll get the weather wrong, or sometimes, I don't know, sometimes people just don't like him. It happens randomly throughout the movie, and it's one of the funniest running gags I've ever seen in a piece of media. It's pretty crazy. At first, you may think that Dave is a happy man. He's wealthy, living in a nice apartment in Chicago, but the truth is, David is a tragic character, but not in the way that you may think. Both of his parents are alive, for now. Kind of spoilers there, but it's fine. It's not really that big of a spoiler. It's revealed halfway through. Both of his parents are alive for now. He's healthy. He works an easy job that he enjoys doing. Well, it's easy for him because he's been practicing for all of his life. But the truth is, nobody really seems to like David. His kids always seem to be bored and unengaged around him. Always seem to be monotone and just, I don't know, just unengaged. His wife clearly despises him for leaving her, and forgetting everything all the time, because there's a scene in this movie where they show what caused his divorce with his wife, which is motherfucker forgot some tartar sauce. That's the entire reason. So his wife clearly despises him because of his continued negligence in their marriage, and I think that slightly caused his dad to seem that his dad, Dave's dad, he seems to think that he's a chuckle fuck, a low budget version of him writing a terrible book, which his dad hasn't even read yet. Even the people who watch him on the morning news, like I was just talking about, seem to dislike him simply because of his face, his asshole face. That's a line from the movie. Somebody actually says that in the movie. It may not seem like it at first, but this movie is a lot deeper than you may think. There's a scene where Dave and his dad are sitting in the car because his dad has a terminally ill disease which will kill him in a short amount of time. And Dave tells him about a job he just got, and his dad congratulates him because it makes him a lot more money. Dave looks at his dad, tears in his eyes, knuckles battered from the beating he gave to the man who tried to fornicate with his underage son. You're gonna have to watch the movie to get that. He realizes that this is the first time his dad has ever shown him praise. Earlier in the film, Dave turns to archery after failing to connect with his daughter during a lesson. Shelly, that's his daughter. If I talk about Shelly and you don't know who the fuck she is, it's her daughter. It's his daughter. The girl with the blonde hair. You get it. Anyways, he uses the sport to let off some steam, feeling happy, relieved, and light. All of his emotional burdens lift from him as he shoots the little arrow at the target. There's a little stick, throwing a little stick at the thing. Archery later becomes an issue as he almost kills his ex-wife's new fiance, Ruffles or some shit, I forgot his name, by pointing the bow and arrow at him. That's also a really good scene. Go watch the movie if you want to know more about that scene. Just go watch it. Just go watch the movie. Yeah. This movie's deep as fuck. It's so fucking good. I cannot overstate how good this movie is. So, in conclusion, The Weatherman 2005 with Nicolas Cage, Michael Caine, and a bunch of other random people I don't know about is suspiciously good. I meant to say suspiciously phenomenal.